Hello, this is Thomas K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And thank you for coming along for the ride. I really appreciate you, and thanks for coming here. Thank you for your support and everything. I usually say all that stuff at the end, but I mean it. Also, I'm glad that you're on this planet. Thank you for being here. So today is going to be a very special activation for me. I'm at the same old Parkway site that I stop off on the Blue Ridge Parkway all the time, and it's mainly because it is an easy spot for me to stop today. Been in town, running around. My wife and I have run some errands and stuff, went over to see my buddy Vlado for a little bit, and on the way home I want to fit in like maybe a 30-minute activation, at least on the air, 30 minutes, if the propagation gods will work with me, because we've had some crazy space weather lately. And what's making this activation very special for me is I said on QRP last month, and I meant it, that this is bug out month for me. And what do I mean by bug out month? I'm getting my bug out. I'd like to introduce you to my Vibroplex Deluxe model bug, and I'm going to put this thing on the air. And I'm telling you right now, I've had maybe 30 minutes of practice with this, maybe 45 minutes of practice at home. Not a whole lot. This will not be pretty. If you're coming here to look at a bug being operated by a really good bug op, this is the wrong place. My whole goal with this is I've always loved mechanical bugs. I found them fascinating, but I've never actually used one. Not on the air, not much. I have hunted a couple of stations, maybe 3 stations total with this bug, but I've been busy and haven't had enough time to dedicate to this. But I don't care. I just want to get on the air, and I know that my CW community out there, when they hear me on the air, they may think, wow, Thomas's Vista is really bad, but they'll work with me. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about anybody being offended by my keying, and you got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And so I'm a little nervous. I got a little bit of the jitters like when I first did an activation in CW. And, you know, I think it's a good thing to do this every once in a while. Get out of your comfort zone, you know. And that's exactly what I'm doing today with my bug. Now, there are a lot of things in play here. This is the first time I've tried to do recording with a bug. And this may be the only one where I take my actual bug to the field. And the reason why is because I got this set up with the help of W06W, Bob, who's an awesome guy. He helped me actually tune this thing up a couple nights ago so that my dits were sounding a little bit better and that sort of thing. This bug is set up, by the way, I bought this from Vibroplex. I just thought, you know, I want to buy a new bug. I've got some older ones that I want to restore, but I want to understand how a bug works first. I want to work on my bug fist before I start restoring bugs and tweaking them, so I know how to tweak them, right? And so I just went over to Vibroplex. Actually, I bought this from DX Engineering from Vibroplex. And yeah, so here we go. This is my own, this is my first bug that I've ever purchased. And it is a little fast for me. The dits are fast. And that's just the way they are. And I've got the little weight out to the extreme. There are things I can do to slow down the pendulum, but I've just decided I'm probably not going to do that. I just want to learn to use it as is with this weight that's on here now. I'm not going to put an extension on or anything like that. I'm just going to make it work the way it is. I'm not a proficient bug user, and so you're going to hear that. I'm hoping that this survived the trip here. It's a really bumpy road on our road still because of Hurricane Helene and everything, and I've tried to put this in a soft spot, but you know, bugs don't transport quite as well as other types of keys. For that reason, I may not take the actual bug out next time I come. What I may bring is my bug emulator, which is a keyer, an electronic keyer that Bob and another op, who's at call sign, I can't remember right now, but I'll have that information in my notes on QRP.com. And of course, I've actually written a whole article about the bug emulator for QRP. And yeah, so the bug emulator is an electronic keyer that emulates a bug, and it does it really accurately. It's really well done. And the great thing about it is it just doesn't require any setup. I don't have to tweak anything. It doesn't have to be on a perfectly level surface, you know, all those things that I fret about right now because, again, I'm such a new bug operator that, like, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Also, I'm going to set up some audio gear I'm going to record the audio from my radio. At the same time, I'm recording the audio from my camera and possibly even yet another recorder. And the reason why is because I got a brand new recorder that I'm using to record the audio, and I'm not sure how that's actually going to turn out, but I want to have some line-in recording because this makes a lot of mechanical noise, and I know that this camera's mic is going to pick that up, and I don't want it to be too annoying. So I'm going to try to balance that all out in post-production, and hopefully that'll work. My fingers are crossed. Lots of moving parts here, like literally. Okay, so let's get things set up first. I blabbed on enough about this, but I think it's because I'm just a little nervous, but it's an excitement kind of nervous, not a scared kind of nervous. I'm actually super excited about this because I've always wanted to do this. And am I ready? No, I'm not ready for this. I'm nowhere near ready for prime time. Am I going to do it anyway? Yes, I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so the radio of choice today, I should say the antenna of choice, let's go ahead and put the antenna up, is going to be my AX3. And the reason why is I just want to try to deploy an antenna quickly. I got to be honest. We're running a little behind today, and I just want to get like 10 contacts. So this is actually one of those days I'm hoping I don't have a pile-up of any sort. I don't expect one. But at the same time, I don't want to be out here forever trying to work somebody. If I have to, I can put up a wire antenna if conditions are really horrible, but I'd rather not if I don't have to. I'd rather not. I'd just like to keep it short and simple. Here we go. And just get this all, try to set it up. Whoops, see, that's the thing. There's just so many places on this key to grab stuff. It's a beautiful thing though, isn't it? I think bugs are awesome. But there's just so many different ways that I could, that I can harm it when I'm moving around with it. I can't stick it in my backpack really. If I do, the pendulum will probably come off and I have to reset all that. And I'm still new at it, so tweaking it and tuning it doesn't come to me very easily. Bob was telling me that by the like 4th or 5th time you do it, or even the 3rd time, I think he said, you get really good at it. It's not rocket science, but I think we'll just put the antenna right here. You know what I'll do? Well, now I'll put the antenna right here because I need to be able to grab the the plug on here, the band plug. And I'm going to put the band plug on 10. That's what's on right now. Good. I think I've got it set up for 30 meters. Now, my radio of choice is my Penntek TR-45L. One of the reasons I got this radio is because, well, number one, I love it. Number two, tuner in. Yes, I need the tuner for this, I think. It has a really good side tone, and I just think it sounds good with the bug. And I can plug headphones. I can plug in my recorder to the headphones, and audio still comes out of the speaker on the side. So I can then put in a recorder here. Again, just trying to mitigate all the mechanical noise that's going to be with this key, which I actually love the mechanical noise. But this microphone on this camera, there's one thing I've learned about it, and that it picks up every little click and thing. You know, it's like it's really good at doing that. And I don't want that thing just clicking away the whole time in the recording. So let's see. Now I brought with me an external battery. I think the internal battery probably has enough juice, but I have done bazillion activations with this and have not charged it up. And today I don't want it to fail on me while I'm out here, so I'm going to go ahead and put a a 3 amp hour battery on it, which will give me tons of time. Okay, now I'm gonna plug the key in, and this of course goes into the key socket, which another thing I love about the TR-45L is you actually have a specific socket for a key and one for paddles. So with a bug, it is a simple key. It's a straight key essentially. Okay, got that plugged in, got that plugged in, got the antenna plugged in. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and turn this on. I will have to stop things to set up the audio, so I'll probably turn it off and go from there. So here we go. Let's see, I just want to make sure I'm okay. There's the audio. Okay, CW. Let's go up to... Boy, it sounds pretty dead, doesn't it? Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what? I got the TX power turned all the way down. Forward power. Okay. Now, here we go. Let's change this on the back. So what I'm going to be doing is changing the Z-Match tuner on the back. You know? Okay, I don't want to be in anybody's. Let me turn the power down a little bit. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. Oh, yeah. What is my forward power there? Oh, 1 watt, okay. Let's go up to 5 watts. And let's try this again. There we go. There we go. That is tuned up now. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off so that I can set up the rest of the stuff here and get my audio going. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and one really important thing, so I think I got the audio set up, hopefully. One really important thing for me today is this. Now, my buddy Vince of E6LK gave me a link to this, and I bought one on Amazon probably 2 years ago. And they're basically anti-slip dashboard pads. And I use one in the shack for my keys, just to hold my keys in place. But this came with 2, and I never actually opened up the other one. One of the key things of using a bug is you really don't want the thing to move around much because you're kind of slamming it around. It's a very mechanical thing, and you really want to keep the bug from moving around the table while you're using it, especially when you're new like me and trying to figure all this out. So I'm going to put this underneath it. It's not quite big enough for the entire thing, I don't think, but I'm going to try to see if it can hold it under most of the feet pads. Oh yeah, good, that works like that. That'll work. That should be pretty stable, I think. I don't know, it does move around a little bit. Oh well, we'll see. We shall see. I just have to set up my logs really quickly, and we should be good to go, but I'm not hearing a lot of activity. So I really don't know what to expect here. Oh, and I should say that I will do a couple of CQs, but I'm not so sure the reverse beacon network will recognize my fist well enough on the bug to log me or to register me. So there is that to be considered. Here we go. A little nervous because I still don't have any of the mechanical stuff down right now for doing this. So, but this is the way it is, folks. Just don't let fear stop you or perfection stop you from going out in the field. Just go out and do it anyway. Let's see, BRP, US 3378, and this is the TR-45L AX3 Vibro. There we go. 30 meters. If 30 meters isn't productive, we'll go up to 20 meters. And it is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 2,100 hours. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. The audio could be a little loud too. I'm not so sure. I'm hoping this all works out audio-wise. I really can't mess with the volume too much or I'll overload everything here. You can tell I'm still struggling with getting those things together, but that's okay. Let's do this first. Oh, you know what? I can't start that. I can't start my. I forgot. I have to have this in the paddle selection. No, that's not going to work. Nope, that's right. It's only going to take, I have to, that is an issue. Let's see, let me get out a little paddle or something so I can have a separate paddle for doing this. Because I trigger the key, memory keyer with this. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to trigger it with this, even though I'm not using. Okay, wait. What's going on? I didn't remember setting the keyer to that. This is Herwaboda. Oh well, I'm not going to change it at this point. It's funny. Oh, there we go. Good to get you in here, buddy. Here. Is that right? Did you understand me? I know everybody's like, what's Thomas up to? I'm pretty sure that this, my dits are too tight. He knows I'm doing a bug. I'm like as nervous about this. I'm not doing my keying correctly, but it's kind of fun too. Are you still there? Okay. So. Okay. Okay, wait. Did that work? This is too much fun. North Carolina. I think I heard a KK. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Sorry, gotcha. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. There's a dog over there that's off of its leash. I'm kind of watching it. Good to get you in there, buddy. Probably didn't get me. Oh, you're 5'9". What did I put? Oh, there we go. This is so much fun. You just don't even know. Oh, nice. Was that K? Oh. I'm having a hard time doing. Oh, there we go, there we go. Yay! I'll get one more in. Oh, there's two. Okay. Oh, there we go. I can't slow this down, that's the other thing. Okay, I gotta stop it. Because we need to head home. This was so much fun. Holy cow. So first of all, this wasn't playing as well as it did in the shack. And it could have something to do with the fact that this table is not level at all. Like it slants this way. And I probably, if I played around with this enough, like maybe moved it this way or something, but I don't know if I can get my fist to work that way. It would maybe sound better. I'm not sure. But my dits were a little shorter than they normally were. I had them to where they were a little thicker back in the shack. I was finding that it was giving me double dits sometimes when I would do it. Now, part of that's probably nervousness or whatever. I mean, this was my very first time doing a bug out activation. And how many we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 contacts. I am very pleased with this. It wasn't easy. That was a struggle for me. I can't change my speed really because this is the slowest speed that this does, and I really kind of want to stick with that. Now, when I use the bug emulator key, which by the way, I've got the bug emulator key here. So this is the emulator, and this is really cool. You can actually slow this guy down to the point that you can get down to like 10 words a minute or something with it. So I'll probably start using this with my paddles to work on my bug fist. But the whole idea of this is once you work with, you get a bug fist, that this keeps it when you want to use, like a bug in the field. But these are just, they're kind of sensitive, and I actually had a problem with it today where this came loose, this little center pin here, and there's a name for it, the trunction or something, I can't think what it's called. Anyway, it got a little loose. I didn't have this screw on tight enough, I guess, when I did the first adjustment to it, the day I received it. And it came out, and I had to take it out, get the pendulum back in, and do everything, and that was right before I put it in the car to bring it here. And I think that just kind of upset the balance of how I had everything. Once you get used to bugs, I mean, those of you who are bug operators look at me going, this will all come with time. And it does. It comes with time. And I'm not worried about it a bit. To me, this was like absolutely so much fun. A lot of nervous energy in there that was probably affecting my keying as well. But true to form, I wasn't worried at all about the CW community. When you get out to do your first CW activation, don't worry about any of that stuff. Don't worry about it. It's all going to be fine because CW activators our CW operators are just some of the nicest people, and they're just going to love it that you're on the air doing something. And any bug operator that saw me today or heard me on the air, they were like, yep, I remember those days. I'm sure they're thinking that. And, you know, I love this. And I love the fact that the bug has given me something else to expand my CW horizons, just to do something a little different. And I'll say there have been a few people of inspiration. My original one, I think, was Carl N4, and I can't remember his last two elements of his suffix. But I was with him once at a field day when he operated a bug, and it was very early on in my CW journey, and I was just amazed. I was really amazed. And he could do what I strive to do, which is, when I'm operating properly, for it not to even sound like a bug. It just sounds like, you know, code. I'm way away, really far away from that right now, right? But I know the day will come when, if I just get enough practice in, it'll get better. And that's what I'm aiming for. I've also had, I was in touch with the Long Island CW Club when I went to Hamex, and they had some bugs out on the table. They got me interested in it again too. My buddy Kevin, buddies Kevin and Mindy at Hamvention, he gave me a coffin bug, a Stillman coffin bug. And I thought, you know, the world is telling me to start playing with bugs. And that's what I did. The world was telling me to do that. I thought, let's just go ahead and do it, right? Also, I will say, another person that really inspired me with this, just to see how short of a period of time he's actually been doing CW, and has even been a ham, really, and how incredible his bug fist is, and his fist in general, is Forrest, KI7QCF. Really nice guy. I'm sure you already know about his channel. He's a really, really popular channel for good reason, because he's got an awesome channel, and you just need to see the guy working bugs and stuff. He's really good. And so I thought, you know, the world's just kind of telling me that I need to do this, and there's no better way than trial by fire. Just getting out there and jumping in the pool. That's the way to do this sort of thing. That's how I learn, at least. It may not be the most elegant. It may not be... it may be difficult to keep your dignity intact when you're doing this, but we're all in this together, right? We're all in this together. We're in this world together. We're in this little CW world together. We're all in it together. And it doesn't really matter. We've all been here before. And I like putting myself out there. I don't get an opportunity these days when I do videos to get way outside my comfort zone. You know, because I tend to be using gear, I know, and even when it's a new radio or it's a new something, it's not the same as completely changing the type of key, like in such a dramatic way. And I don't mind being a little uncomfortable in front of everybody on YouTube, because everybody's got to go through this learning period, and have faith in myself that it'll get better with time. If it doesn't, whew, the people will fear me on the airways. It doesn't get any better. But I think that using the bug emulator is actually going to help my fist, because Bob was even telling me, and he's another inspiration for doing all this stuff too. Bob was telling me that, you know, it's a great trainer because it has the same mechanical feel. It doesn't have the mechanical feedback of a bug, but the keyer was designed, I should say the programming and everything that's inside of it was designed to emulate to a T a real mechanical bug. It's not just some simple thing. They worked on that. They worked on that formula in there to make it so accurate. And I gotta say, it is really good. And so I'm looking forward to using that. It'll be a little more predictable on the table. Again, I think I could have done a little bit better. Had I been doing this in my shack, I think I would have sounded a little bit better with this Vibroplex. But I love this key, and I'm happy to have it. If you're thinking about getting a bug, you know, Vibroplex is really the name in these bugs now. They're the one company. There are several companies. Like Begali makes bugs. I'm sure there's some other people that make bugs too, but they're by far, you know, the classic bug company, and Scott Robbins, who runs it, and Stan and the other people that work there, they're great people, and it's a great company, and I was really happy to fork out my money to pay for this, because supporting our CW community doing this, right? Okay, let me see. Let's put up the rest of this stuff. I still got my earphones in. My only hope with all of this is that the audio is decent, because what I was hearing through my earphones was a little wonky, and I'm not sure how that audio is coming out, but I want it to come out because I want to share this video and it not be too painful for people to listen to. Let's see here. Let me grab this and take a couple of photos behind me here. Take one more photo with Bug. Why don't I, right? Take one more photo. It is such a beautiful piece of machinery here. It really is. Oh, I gotta take a picture of my logs too. So let's do that before I forget. This all goes in my field report on QRPR.com. To those of you who hunted me today, thank you so much. Thanks for sticking with me to pull your call sign out of the cacophony of, of elements and dits and daws and things that were coming out. I'm very pleased with myself, though. You know, like this, it was obviously, you know, not a great fish yet, right? I mean, let's just be honest here. But I made it through it, right? That's what I'm proud of. I got through the thing. I logged people. It was good enough that they understood who I was. I actually think that the RBN may have picked me up when I did those initial wonky CQs, because N1BS came to me first, and I don't think I had actually. I'm not even sure if I'd put out my. I don't know if it had a time to register it, the RBN to register it with. I'm having a hard time talking because I'm seeing too many things happening around here behind me. I don't think the RBN had time to pick up the electronic keyer very much. So it could be that actually it's forgiving enough that that works. So this came in handy. I will say though, it's not perfect, and the reason why is because the key was doing this, and I think that you really need a bug to be just like rock solid stable. It's one of the things Bob was telling me too, and I really get it now, that it needs to be. Okay, I think we are done. We are packed up. And here we go. Let's get the bag done. And I must say, seriously, thank you. Thank you for coming along on this journey during my bug out month. I hope to hear some other bugs on the air too, when I'm hunting stations and out here in the field. I'd love to hear some more bugs. I know that they're kind of they're not as uniform as a keyer, as an electronic keyer. They're not, and so I know for new people that's probably a little harder to understand. For that reason, I won't do a bug all the time. I'm not going to just become a bug operator. I just want to learn the skill, and I think it's fun to do it in POTA. And in POTA, when you have a hunter, you know, they're able to look at the POTA spots page and see what the call sign is, so they can kind of put two and two together, and it may even be a good way for them to get used to hearing the swing of a bug. If someone like me, who's new, has a lot of swing in there, oh my goodness, it's hard to control. I do find that my trailing dash on any, like if I'm sending, for example, a Y or something, my trailing dash, my last dash is long, and I'm trying to make it uniform, but it's just hard to do. But anyway, I will at some point also in the future bring a cootie out or a sideswiper and use it, and I think that could be kind of fun too. My buddy Eric used to do that all the time in the field, and I thought it was kind of fun to hear. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along for the ride today, for hanging with me as I went through this process. Thank you for your support, but most of all, just thank you for being on the planet. We're a better place because you are here. Let's all be kind to one another, treat each other with respect, and enjoy this wonderful place we live in. Take care. And until next time, 7 twos.